that shit.
Welcome to Trash Talk MMA.
Smile on my face, behind my back, and talk trash.
The #1 podcast for news and insight that matters in the world of mixed martial arts. Brought to you live and unfiltered from all four corners of the globe by MMA aficionado Antoine Pelche.
Yo, and welcome to the Trash Talk MMA podcast. I'm your host, Antoine Pelche, and today I have two very special guests fighting out of AKA Thailand. Representing Muay Thai, Mr. Dillon Croushorn, and on the MMA side, Mr. Jeff Long. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Excellent. We're wrapping up the Songkran weekend here. It's a quiet day at AKA Thailand.
Yeah.
Now, I guess you guys, well, for anybody who doesn't know, Songkran is pretty much like a week-long New Year's festival in Thailand, and it began, last Saturday?
Saturday, Monday, right?
Well, I guess, do they include the weekend before or not?
They started like Saturday,
exactly,
like 6
right?
p.m. something.
So we're now Thursday, yeah. So some people have been going on pretty much a week-long bender, and I guess it's a bad week for training in Phuket, as a lot of gyms are closed down. But from what I gather, you guys were still in the gym.
Yes, every day.
Now, I guess that's because you both have some pretty big fights coming up. Dillon, why don't you walk us through a little bit of your Muay Thai history and what brought you out to Phuket and eventually training for AKA Thailand?
All right. Well, my Muay Thai history started when I was 6. Started fighting. Just was brought up through foster care. So it was my foster parent that had a school and was a kickboxing promoter. So started off in kickboxing. Eventually turned into Muay Thai. And just kind of fell in love with it and stayed with it ever since. So, been 23 years now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, you're 29?
Yeah.
Okay.
29 now.
And you're from Huntington Beach, California,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was born in LA, or West Covina, and then raised in Missouri. So.
All right.
And then I moved back to California it was 20.
Okay.
So, and then been there ever since until I moved to Thailand about a year and a half ago.
So from the age of 6, you started training in kickboxing. That evolved into Muay Thai. Did you stay in the States that whole time?
Yes, I stayed in the States.
Okay. And at what age did you begin competing? Around 17, right?
No. I was active as a professional at 17, but I did my amateur career starting from 6.
How is that possible? I mean, that's what you're saying. I was fighting at 6. Hey, who organizes fights for 6-year-olds in the States? I mean, I know they do it here, but
promoters, yeah. There's a lot of promoters that do it.
So describe that a bit. What's the life of a child fighter in the United States? I mean, here in Thailand, we're well aware. You can go see any shows any given night, and you're going to see 7, 8-year-old kids, even girls, fighting.
Yeah, it's the same in the States too. You just don't see it as much.
And it's like no headgear and...
No, you still have the headgear and stuff because you're amateur as well.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I just grew up with it.
So you were basically competing in kickboxing from the age of 6.
Yeah.
Impressive. Basically then you started competing professionally at the age of 17.
Yes.
You came back to LA in your 20s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At 20, yeah.
And how did your career evolve from there?
I kind of actually took a break from Muay Thai and kickboxing for about 3 years to focus on MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my thing, so went back to Muay Thai. A lot of my fights were gladiator challenge, king of the cage type stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I only got into it because I worked at a gym for Brazilian top team at No Limits. All the instructors, no matter what. I was just a Muay Thai instructor, but they said, hey, you gotta fight MMA. I was like, crap. So, and that kind of put me into the whole jiu-jitsu world and ground and everything, but wasn't a fan.
So what is it about the dynamics that you prefer? I just
don't like getting taken down.
Yeah.
I don't mind being on the ground if it's just straight jiu-jitsu, but I don't like getting elbowed on the floor. Sorry.
Nobody likes it.
No. Yeah, not
yeah, I know. Like when I came out here last week, I talked with Francisco and Adrian here at AKA Thailand, and we talked about how Marlon Sandro is coming out at the end of the month, and people are going to be rolling with him. And I was saying I've never tried that, and they were like, "Oh, you should try it; it'd be a great." And I'm just like, I think there's just some people that just don't want to go there. It's just that it's a dynamic that I think some people embrace and other people don't. You see those people like I think you see it as when you're kids, you see people who love to play fight. You get those guys and they're throwing each other all over the grass and rolling around. And other people are just punching people in the face. There's that distinction of some people, they like that hands-on approach, and other people just want to smash stuff, from a distance. So it's I can see that, but it's cool. At least you gave it a shot, and you can actually say that you just don't like it, because you tried it.
Not a fan, yeah.
All right, Jeff, you've got an interesting background yourself, brother.
Yeah.
So you're from Taiwan?
I'm from Taiwan.
What city?
Sorry?
What city?
Taipei.
From Taipei. Okay, and I believe your next fight is going to be in Taipei.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my next fight and another fight around August will both be in Taipei.
Okay.
Because I fight for ONE FC right now, but 9th of May I'm going to fight for Pro FC, a local event from Taiwan.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your background. I know you were in line to be an investment banker.
Yeah.
So how did this transition happen? I know, but I think that's a great thing to talk about. I'm sure. Is this something that your family wanted you to be in? What is this something your father's in, or why investment banker?
Because my major in college was business administration.
Okay.
And I didn't choose it, but I had opportunity to work for a really big American mutual fund company, and it's the biggest one in Taiwan, so I think it's pretty good. Maybe I should give it a try. And it's 10 years passed so fast.
So this is just a long ways away for you.
Yeah, I loved the job before. It's a very good company. I have a lot of good friends. I meet a lot of nice people. The boss is good, very generous. So that was really good time for me. But I want something different. In my heart, I was always looking for something I really want to do with passion, not only for money.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of different because I started my martial art career pretty late. I started to train karate as my beginning when I was 24.
Okay, so you were already working then.
Yeah.
You must have already been working as
that was the graduation year of my college. Before, basketball was my passion. I dreamed about playing NBA.
Okay.
But I stopped because I know I'm too short for that. Yeah, but I have plenty of time in the graduation year, so I think maybe I should do something I like, but I never did it before. So I think, martial art. I dream about this long time.
How were you exposed to martial arts? What was it that fascinated you about martial arts?
Nothing special. Just try to find something interesting for me to do during the time. And I think I want to learn martial art things. I was elementary school, but my parents say no, it's too dangerous. You'll get hurt, or we don't want you to fight on the street with other kids. Yeah. So stay away from that. They agree me with playing basketball. They think it's okay, a little bit competitive, but not too much. So that was always in my mind, one day I should start to do some different martial art. The movies, kung fu movie and Chinese movies, stuff always see the kind of elements. So I was fascinated. But when I have a chance, it's not 24, it's 22. My graduation year, I think maybe I should do something. So that's why I started karate, because karate was popular around that time, K1. Remember
what are the popular martial arts in Taiwan?
Taekwondo, karate, boxing. Those are mainstream stuff. 15 years ago. Yeah. Right now, MMA is growing super fast right now. Everybody knows MMA. They want to learn jiu-jitsu. They want to learn something different. So the situation kind of changed right now, but before it's always taekwondo, karate, boxing.
Yeah.
Kickboxing.
So how was the response of your friends and families when you decide to leave such a potentially lucrative career to embark on something that you could get critically hurt, that would require you to be away from your family, away from your friends? It must have been a bit of a shock.
Friends, they probably didn't tell me the truth. They just say it's cool, it's good transfer for you. We know you want to do this for a long time, but maybe they thought I'm crazy. And my parents, they were really kind of upset, depressed, and my father was super angry. He's still angry right now.
Okay.
And they're you're crazy, you're out of your mind. You have a stable job, you have good financial status, and you're married already, so you should not do this, man. You should take your responsibility. And
what did your wife say?
My ex-wife.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay. We'll not go there.
No, it's okay.
No, I think it's fascinating. I know myself. I was working in video games as an audio director for 15 years, and I had a pretty established position there as well. And I was working for a company that THQ. They had the UFC Undisputed game, and they ended up going bankrupt. So that sort of put me out of a job. I was forced out of one. They just closed the whole company. But then after that, I really wanted to switch things up. And like you said, go from a place where you feel like your heart's in it, you're passionate about it. And I've always been passionate about audio, and always been passionate about fighting. So I've decided to do what I'm doing. But I can certainly appreciate the desire to not follow a path that everybody feels is the right one and follow the one that's yours. So, Dillon, you ended up leaving the States and coming to Thailand. You had a gym over there. You were pretty active with the MMA Conditioning Association.
Yes, sir. What
was the stimulus to just get up and leave and come out here and train full-time under AKA?
Me and my wife just wanted to get out of the bubble. Like, everyone's in a bubble. You got to have the best of everything. I just got tired of competing in that and in my sport. I just wanted to focus on myself. So,
and that's good. That's good.
Yes.
I think people, they seem to think that being selfish is a bad thing, but I think you're kind of born alone and die alone, right? I mean, your life is your life.
And it wasn't even my idea, actually. It was my wife's idea.
Oh, well, God bless her then. That's cool.
So, yeah.
That's cool. Because I think a lot of guys might be a little more adventurous than a lot of women, especially if they've found, you're married, do you have kids?
No kids yet.
So that probably helped to deroot and reroute somewhere else that you didn't have children. But that's cool that she had a bit of that risk taking and adventurous spirit. And
well, we came here for our honeymoon to train because I had a fight coming up. So we came here and trained, and then went back and just missed it. We missed the culture, we missed the lifestyle, we missed everything about Thailand. And then she's like, hey, so do you want to move to Thailand? Yeah, sure. So literally a month later, we were here.
So how did you technically facilitate that? Did you have to get a work permit, or what did outside of having a tourist visa or something like that? What made that possible?
My wife is a teacher here at an international school, and then I have a following visa through her.
All right, cool. So she got the visa.
Yes.
This is great. So she had the idea. She managed the paperwork. You just got to show up, lace up the gloves, and throw down.
Yep.
Perfect. So tell us a bit about where you're at in your Muay Thai career now.
It's doing pretty well.
What's your record?
62 wins, 16 losses, and 1 draw.
Okay.
So 79 fights now.
Crazy.
Coming up on number 80 at Lupini Stadium.
So that must be pretty high on your
yes,
on your what do we call that? Your bucket list.
Yeah, it is one of my top things I had to do in this career.
Describe what it means for a Muay Thai fighter to get a fight in Lupini Stadium. What does that represent?
It's the best of the best that come out of there. So and it's the most well-known stadium in the world, not just in Thailand. It's in the world in this sport.
Yeah.
So, to fight there, it means a lot to every Muay Thai fighter.
Okay. Getting a shot in there is the pinnacle of being a Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah, it's definitely motivating me.
So how does one get qualified for that? I mean, obviously this has probably been a lifelong dream for you, literally, since the age of 6. What did you have to accomplish to get this chance?
A lot of wins.
Are you on a pretty good streak right now?
Yes, I'm on a very good streak. I think my last 5 fights have all been knockouts in the first round with elbows.
Okay.
The one before that was a loss, but it was to Farsai Setsukorn's brother, at Max Muay Thai. And then the fight before that was a draw against the same guy, against Farsai. So, I've been going up against a lot of the top Thais here.
So who's your opponent in your Lupini fight?
I will actually be fighting a local Phuket guy. He trains here. He's from Scotland. I think his name is Jordan. I can't remember his last name. Sorry.
That's what I love about Muay Thai, though, how it doesn't matter. You guys just fight. It's crazy.
So, yeah, I think he's a younger kid. I think maybe 20, 21, or somewhere in there. 20, maybe 20. I've seen him. He's got aggressive style, moves forward a lot, just like me. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting fight.
How much do you find that age plays a factor in Muay Thai? I think, in MMA it's huge. I think, the younger guys, they have a tremendous advantage in terms of the energy, the cardio, and sometimes just the fact that the younger guys have been training it all, from the get-go, as opposed to some of the older guys who have a wrestling background or a judo background or a Muay Thai background, and then they're tagging the other parts on, How does that work for you in Muay Thai?
To me, it's not all about, how young they are. It's more of the experience. because they could be young and they could have the cardio and stuff, but if they don't know how to work with it and work around everything, it's not going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
If they come in there wild, and guess what, you'll probably get knocked out. If you come in there like head on, like balls to the wall, yeah, you're probably going to gas out.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of experience comes into play.
It seems like there's some interesting dynamics in Muay Thai too, where almost like the first round's a bit of a feel around a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And yet you find guys like yourself that then come out and get a whole bunch of consecutive first round knockouts. So you're just taking advantage of the other guy pacing himself and just blowing him out the water. How does that work?
Here lately it's been like the other guy's been pushing the pace, and then so I've just been using my elbows to counter it.
Okay.
And they're pretty much just falling into him.
Good.
So yeah, it makes me happy. But this fight probably is not going to be like that. He's going to push the pace for sure. We both do. But he's got a lot more experience and very dynamic, very K1-ish style, very good in the clinch. So
okay.
It'll be different.
Now, speaking of first round finishes, that's pretty much all you know, Jeff.
Yeah.
You're 5-1.
Yeah, I'm 5-1 right now.
All first round stoppages.
Yeah, all first round stoppage.
So what's the method behind your madness?
Actually, I never think too much. You know, when I step into the cage, probably like I'm much older than those boys. You know, so I'm pretty calm before or even inside there. You know,
okay.
I just do things I think I should do. I just do the best, and I try to do everything I did in the training.
How old are you, Jeff?
I'm 37.
37. Okay.
Yeah. So of course, everybody's nervous before they step in, but I have my own way to calm myself down and see the situation, you know, and follow.
What do you do? Do you do some meditation? What do you use to keep your composure?
No, nothing special, just supplements and, you know, some special Chinese herbal medicine stuff. All natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think, like Dillon said, young people, they are like energetic, they have good cardio, but they don't know how to use it. We're older, but we have experience. Maybe not in fight, not only in fight, even in life. You know, we know things better than them.
Yeah.
And we can catch the flow because most of the time we're calm, so we know how to get the chance.
Yeah, I think what that comes down to is what I just call like awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and awareness is so many different parts of your life that give you awareness. You know, whether it's cultural or whether it's defensive or offensive awareness, could be in any type of walk of life, right? But I mean, that's interesting. If you're 37 now, when did you start? I mean, you're 6 fights in, 34?
I started when it was like 2012. Yeah. I quit my job. I remember it's like September 2011.
Okay.
And I went to South America. You know, I went to a couple of different countries. I want to take a look over there, you know. And when I went to Brazil, I was like, yeah, this is the place, the birthplace of MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. I should go there and train, you know.
Did you go there to train, or did you go there on holidays and say, hey, while I'm here, I should do this?
I go there for holiday and training.
Okay.
You know, when I know I'm going to Brazil, I pack my like gears and stuff. I know I'm going to train there.
Okay.
You know. It's great experience, you know, because I was like totally white belt. I knew nothing about jiu-jitsu, and I roll with those black belts, like brown belts, strong Brazilians.
That's cool. I mean, how did they embrace that? How did they embrace a Taiwanese white belt showing up in Brazil
they thought
to train?
I'm just like a tourist, you know.
Yeah.
Because I train with BTT, Brazilian top team, and a lot of people go there training maybe just 3 days and have fun, you know, and leave.
Yeah, and get some pictures and be like, I was here with Murilo Bustamante. And
I still remember the first week there. I told them like, oh, I want to come here and training. They treat me like a tourist, super good, like nice. Oh, good, calm. And they treat me like very careful, try not to hurt me or something. But after a week, I remember I trained there like 3 times a day. I keep going. And
yeah, so they saw the grind.
Yeah, and when I was sick, I still go there and watch. And they're like, why you're here? You're sick. I said, no, I want to watch. I want to learn. After a week, they know, okay, this guy probably like kind of serious. So they started to torture me, like choke me, like armbar, like not really try to hurt me, but just, you know.
Put you in difficult situations.
Yeah, but I love it.
Test you.
So I keep going, and they're like, okay, it's good. This guy's for real. So they started to treat me like a real family. You know, we still train hard every day, and I learn so many things over there. You know, to be humble and, you know, always be hungry for new technique and, you know, respect people. I think it's very, very, very important experience for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, it sounds like you proved to them what they needed to see to embrace you like one of them and give you that treatment that you needed to become a professional.
Yeah, and I did that not just because I want to prove it, because I love it. You know, I it's pretty hard for me to train on the mat like every day 5 hours. But the next day I still like, I want to go. I feel painful all around my body, but I still like.
You feel alive.
I want to be there. I want to be there.
So, I mean, you started in 2012, you've had 6 fights, and you've already had a couple in ONE FC. I mean, you've accomplished a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah. I always consider myself as a lucky person, you know, so I always appreciate people around me. Like, Dillon helps me a lot. Everybody in AKA Thailand helps me a lot. And my friends, like my teachers, they help me a lot in Taiwan, you know. So I think, I'm very lucky. But I'll keep good. I'll keep doing the best I can.
So what's the end goal here? I mean, you're juggling fights between ONE FC and Pro FC. I mean, obviously ONE FC, biggest promotion in Southeast in Asia. I mean, you're going to try to get that welterweight belt in ONE FC.
Of course, that's my dream. You know, I hope I can challenge maybe like Ben Askren one day. I know I'm not good enough right now. That's why I'm here. You know, training the best gym in Asia. I train with a lot of monsters in AKA Thailand. I want to change the game.
Because do they even have? They don't have rankings in ONE FC, right?
Not really.
Yeah.
Only the champion and the contenders and stuff.
But I mean, that's cool. That must be a great experience. I've heard they put on a heck of a show and that they treat everybody like $1 million. I mean, that must be you must be happy that that you've put in this work and so quickly managed to get yourself into an organization that's really gonna really promote you and give you a big stage to perform your craft on.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive because they put me in the Singapore card last year. And ONE FC in Singapore is always like big event. So I was happy I can be there, and they even gave me a chance to shoot a magazine cover.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good, and because they treat me well, so of course I'll train harder and prove I'm good enough for that.
Now, do you know your opponent for your next fight?
I only know he's
because your next fight's in May 9th, and that's on Pro FC, right?
He's the guy from Philippines and training in Malaysia right now. Sorry, I mean no offense.
Tresseltan.
I forgot the name.
Tresseltan. Yeah, he's 2-3. And his last fight was a quick KO loss to Michael Dubois, who lost to Glenn Sparv. That's fighting on the same card as you that day.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing that fight. I was down in Patong for Full Metal Dojo 1.
Okay.
And Dubois took that fight on like 6 hours notice or something. Had to cut like 6 kilos, and then these guys just went in there, went caveman on each other, just slamming each other all over the place, and then just ended with some messy knees. But hey man, Dubois is a stud for taking the fight on short notice because Sparv's a monster. So awesome, guys. Is there anything else you guys would like to contribute? I mean, anything else do you guys train? Do you guys have any other services you like to promote? I mean, or is it just fight right now?
Right now it's fight.
Because I mean, Dillon, you were obviously you had a career as a coach.
Yes.
And you had your own gym. That's something is that put behind you.
It's not
just on hiatus.
It's not totally put behind me. I still try to help out as much as I can here with all the fighters and just kind of help them move forward. So teaching is not on the back burner, but it's something that's combined more into your training as opposed to being a completely separate endeavor. Okay. Yeah. Well, they must be happy to have you here at AKA Thailand for that, though, because you've at least got that mentality of being a leader, of being a coach, of knowing how to teach people stuff and not just take but to give back, right? Yeah, I love giving back. I love watching people move forward in their careers.
Yeah.
So it's good.
That's cool. Well, that's a mentality that always comes full circle. Yeah. Excellent. Well, guys, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Your next fight in Lumpini Stadium is what date?
May 1st.
May 1st. Okay, so 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
You must be excited. Yeah. You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Ready to throw some bows.
So just before we close, what's the peak point in your training for Muay Thai? Do you like to have, when you peak, how long after that do you want to have your fight? Because I know that concept's so weird because you guys just fight so much. Yeah, it's such a different concept from MMA where they get the training camp and you got to hit that peak and then you got X amount of days and then you want to fight here. It's almost scientific.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys just anytime, anywhere, anyone.
Every 2
weeks. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like there was a month, last March, I fought 7 times in 1 month. So there's no resting.
It's just a different regime.
If a fight comes up, I'll take it. It doesn't matter.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, listen, man, I admire your hustle. You've got a tremendous background, and I wish you all the best in Lumpini. You got to get that win, dude, because that's the real bucket list.
Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Apollo Nutrition.
Apollo Nutrition?
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. He's been helping me out a lot.
Where are they based out of?
They're based out of New Jersey.
Okay.
They send me the supplements and pre-workout and
all right, cool.
and everything. So they've been helping me a lot get through my workouts for sure.
Excellent. Jeff, any shout outs, any sponsors?
Yeah. I have a couple like good friends. They sponsor me like Plugin, and they're like really famous design company in Taiwan. And Touchdown Wheels is one of my very good friends. He sponsors me for the training everywhere, and like Flow MMA. Touchdown Wheels, like actual wheels for cars. It's rim car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry, what was the first one?
Plugin.
Plug-in?
Yeah, it's like a sports design company.
Okay.
They always make like cool t-shirt and like cool stuff for me.
Awesome.
Like Flow MMA, the brand owned by my friend Jin Yu, and he's a like Taiwan hero. He worked for the Green Beret in the US before.
Oh, okay.
Special Force, and he created a brand and want to promote the Chinese style MMA gear stuff.
Okay.
You know, it's pretty good, and of course, AKA Thailand. It's my family, right?
Of course.
Of course, AKA Thailand. Sorry about that.
Goes without saying. Awesome, guys. This was the Trash Talk MMA podcast. I'm your host, Antoine Pelche, with my guests, Muay Thai fighter Dillon Croushorn and Jeff Huang. Jeff the Machine Huang. Got to get it correct, right? All right, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Trash Talk MMA podcast. Be sure to visit trashtalkmma.com.
On my face, behind my back, and talk trash.
And don't forget to follow Antoine on Twitter at Trash Talk MMA. Let us know you're listening. Use hashtag Trash Talk MMA.